was in such agony the whole time during his beginning, because he always came with such a fine spirit, and he was very anxious to complete it, and it did take quite a long time. And as you know, he did more than one plane. But I do want I actually would like everyone to know that he was, in fact, my best student. He would tell me what needed to be done, and, you know, of course it had to look like a real plane. It had to have the little details on it, the little fine lines that you'll see if you come up here. I showed him how to do them, how to tape them out, how to paint them, and he did it himself. The only thing that I actually painted on here, he actually made it sound like I did a lot more than I actually did, was painted the words Navy, which, you know, he was actually going to contract to someone, you know, because he wanted to be absolutely sure that the words were there and they had to be done correctly. So of course, you know, I painted that. But all of the taping and everything, he did all of it. I might have had him make over, you know, the propellers, for example, that he was talking about. They're only this big, and they did have 3 of them, and there would be, you know, there's a timing issue when you're working with clay, so unfortunately he did have to make them over a couple of times before they were right. They had to have a little, you know, the right angle to them, and, you know, he knew that not only he, but everyone that's going to be looking at it would be looking at it as if they were really looking at a plane. He wanted it to be perfect, and I think he did an excellent job, and I'm very proud of him. And I know his family is too, because they all are proud owners of these fine specimens. Anyway, thank you very much. That's really all I want to say. Well, I teach clay at Calhoun Fine Arts Center, and I also teach clay at the facility that Art lives in, at the Jewish home. And that actually it's one of the most pleasurable things that I do. I mean, I have a fine group of people, and I'm actually hoping that he'll come up with another project, so he'll come back as well. But after hearing this, I can fully understand why he might not want to come back. Anyway, I love teaching clay. I show my work, you know, in galleries, and you know, I enter competitions. I just finished a show. It was called the Perspective Show outside of Athens in Watkinsville, 50 Georgia potters, and so I've actually been plodding along on that show, so I'm actually a little bit tired myself. I think I can relate to Art, because I literally just picked up the work. Yes?
Is this, your display in Watkinsville, is that in a museum?
Well, it was actually at a facility called OCAF, Oconee